Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. Nope, he's 14. I just talked about this. I write every day about our journey, and I had to tell him today that he was 14. We've talked about it. He knew he had his 14th birthday, but he's still saying that he's 13 as well. And he's 14. He's 14, people. He's 14. One of these days. And it's so funny to me. It's funnier to me because usually when like a year or birthday or something like this, it takes me a couple of months to revert back to the previous age. I have not gotten it right since he turned 14. Oh, maybe it's my age that's showing for about his age. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, that's where we are. We're at 14, and it's a lot of yeah, it's wild. It's so wild. It's wild. It's just very, very wild that he's that age. I'm trying to make this kind of like water-ish. And I may end up, there's no may. I'm gonna put some more color and more jellyfish-ish, whatever this is, around it here. I got a cough. That went down wrong. So anyways, Owen had a pretty good day. He was still stuck on yesterday's big adventure of seeing his bus driver. Yesterday was Saturday, so he saw his bus driver, his school bus driver, when he was with his grandma, and they went to his grandma's church. Her church was having a spaghetti dinner, and so for he had come for the dinner, and I don't know if he picked it up or ate there, but because they were doing both. But Owen was beyond thrilled to see his bus driver, and the excitement has not worn off at all. He was so thrilled when he went to bed that he was going to get to see, he wanted to make sure he was going to see his bus driver tomorrow, and the aide. It delighted him and confused him that he saw him yesterday. So it's hard, to really explain to him why he sees people sometimes not where they're supposed to be. He's the older he gets, he's 14, people. The older he gets, it's making more sense to him, so it's not as dramatic as it used to be. Dramatic's probably not the right word. Offsetting, hard. I'm not gonna find the right word. It was, I want to say, almost confusing to him. He would just be really upset, like if somebody just wasn't in their right place. Like if he had to just, if he had to interact with somebody that should be at his school or should be at church or this or that, that was very hard for him to go through and see them someplace else. So we're getting there. Things aren't quite as like hard for him. But it's still such a different experience for him, and it kind of throws him off. Like that's part of why he was so concerned that if he was going to see him tomorrow. So as much as he was excited that he saw him, he also has to process that he has to see him tomorrow, to make it really what he's supposed to be seeing him for. So, anyways, but today we went to church and he loves seeing his people. And there's a couple different ladies that are like our family. I mean, they're just, it's Owen's extended family. That's what it is. And he has a couple of them that he wants them to pick him up from school or grandma's or therapy or and drive him around to the places he wants to see, and then have them bring him home so that they can drop him off, let them leave, and that he likes to run after on the sidewalk down to a light post. It's like 2 houses down. And so he loves to go to the light post and watch them drive away. And then he runs back to our house and then wants the video and the pictures of him running and them leaving. And so he gets, I mean, this is like the best present ever for him, to have somebody pick him up and do just this. But he couldn't ask her. He gets so flustered. Like he used to not even be able to talk to anybody. But he's understanding it a little bit more again, and he wanted her to take him, do this. Well, he couldn't face her. He turned backwards. He had his eyes closed and he could hardly even talk. And I said, dude, for you to have her pick you up, you got to face her. And there was like 4 of us standing there, and he finally turned around, but he couldn't get his eyes open at all. And so it's so amazing how far he's come. But yet there's these things like this that are just really hard for him to rationalize through or figure out how to react to people. But he loves his people. He loves his people. So she told him that she would be honored to take him, wherever he wanted to go and pick him up one day. So we will be plotting and planning sometimes that he gets to spend with all his friends. And he plans a breakfast with our church ladies. It's basically almost every month. He was having a little bit of a hard time with it during Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we've had one since then, just because of the process of it. And I almost dropped a lot on there. Would have been okay, but but now that we went through the holidays, he's well, we're up to Easter, but it will be past Easter by the time our next one has there. So does it kind of look like a jellyfish? It's probably too, I don't know. I just like the look. I just like like painting jellyfish. I've painted them before, but I thought this background kind of looked like that. So, anyways, we sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So I truly love our church and all of the amazing support we have. Not only from just our church, but excuse me, I'm off to bed very soon. But it's so wonderful to have people that love your child and will do anything for him. On his birthday, he wanted another one of the ladies to, and I could have easily driven him, but he wanted her for his birthday to pick him up. And he planned this, like his birthday was in March, the 14th. He started planning this in January, that she was going to pick him up, drive him by what he calls the Blue Church. I think it's because the stained glass, the sun shines into the stained glass. So he sees the sky in that, because there's a church that has a blue roof 1 block from this other one, but he doesn't call that one. He calls that one the New Church. But anyways, he wanted her to pick him up, drive him by the Blue Church, drop him off at Grandma's so he could say goodbye. And that was what he wanted from her for his birthday. And if that's not like, it's so amazing that my son wants that for his birthday from her. And it's so amazing that she would do that for my son on his birthday, which she does amazing. They all do. But it's just acts of kindness are so amazing, what they can do to help somebody else grow. So there you go. Anyways, but here we are. And I thank everyone for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.